Now, emotionality is often referred to as neuroticism. But you can imagine why I think that's a problem. Because if I was to describe you as being high in neuroticism, it's pretty offensive because of the way that we use that term neuroticism all the time. So I prefer the term emotionality. So emotionality captures two constructs, but it's basically this kind of idea of the emotional experience of an individual. So we all have a level of emotionality and we vary enormously in that. So it's a combination of withdrawal and volatility. So withdrawal is this idea of being a bit more fearful, of having a level of insecurity, of struggling to handle difficult situations. And you can see that a lot of this language around this particular component, withdrawal, are negative, and that is the case with emotionality. But also it's important to realize that we're all different. And these things, if you're high in emotionality, that doesn't make you a horrible person at all. We all vary on these different things. So some of us experience fearfulness and insecurity to a greater degree than other people. And some of that is actually biologically driven. So it's actually hardwired into us. Now, the other component of emotionality is volatility. Again, a negative term, and I'd love it if they use positive terms, but and this idea of volatility is this idea that they have really strong emotional experiences and impulses. They're more likely to get angry. We all know that person who will fly off the handle and get really angry and stomp off. And this is an expression of high emotionality. Either that or an expression of the fact that you haven't been very nice to them and you deserved it. But also this component of irritability. Now, one of the stories I like to tell about emotionality is, or one of the questions I like to ask is, who do you want to celebrate with? Okay, now if you come to me and you tell me that you've got some great news, I go, well done, that's great. But I'm not going to have an emotional experience because my emotionality is actually very, very low. Okay, the person that you want to go to and the person that I want to go to when I've got some good news, even though I'm low in emotionality, is the person who's high in emotionality, because they're going to get all excited. They're going to have this, they're going to give me a big hug and they'll say, fantastic, that's so exciting. And then later on they go, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about that, because their experience of emotions is so much richer and stronger than mine. And I really, really value that in people that sit around me. Now, if a person high in emotionality rocks up at the bar, they're probably going to be a couple of different things. Okay, they'll be excited to see you. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad to see you. And they'll get excited about things. They might also feel insecure. They might be a bit fearful about something that's happening on the other side of the bar. They might be a bit more concerned about a situation than a person in with low emotionality. Now, they also might have someone bump into them and spill their beer on them, and they're likely to crack it and to get really, really cranky about it, and you might have to calm them down. Okay, so this person, they're a live wire. We know them, but they're also lots and lots of fun to be with. I have friends who are high in emotionality, and I absolutely love their company, particularly being someone who's low in emotionality. That variety of emotional experience is actually really important. So we're all different. We all vary on our emotionality. Some of us are really low in emotionality. Some of us are really, really high in emotionality. And it's the combination of all of those different variances alongside the other personality characteristics that make us human and make us interesting. Okay. So emotionality, really interesting characteristic, and really important one to understand.